this is JStank here, and welcome to UFO 2000 play between me and Hobbes, who is a developer on the OpenXCOM, and he was nice enough to jump in on this almost forgotten game and play me 3 rounds that we played. So this is basically an adaptation for XCOM that uses all the XCOM assets, but puts it into a structure that makes it so that you can play multiplayer, basically a deathmatch between 2 players. It's really fun and also really tough. So, and there's a lot of things that you can do with this game that you can do in the original. You can totally customize your loadouts, so you can have all kinds of different weapons. Like all the weapons that are in the original game of XCOM, plus a few others are in this game. Except for there's a lot of different changes in this game that's different from the original XCOM. First of all, the smoke works a lot differently. If you're inside of the smoke, you are going to not be able to see more than a few squares in front of you, and that's a tough thing to use. And also, there's a lot of different things, little things that are like different from this game to the other game. For instance, grenade weapons are just really awesome. So basically that one weapon that you just pretty much forgot about in the original game. See, as you can see there, you can only see about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 squares around you when you're like in the smoke, and it really does cover, and you really can't see anything else. So that's tough. But this is me trying to beat a Master Hobbes and misclicking horribly there with that floater. Now you can play as any character in this version of the game. Like you can have ethereals and XCOM and all that, like all mixed together. They all do have slightly different stats, and they all have like different point values associated with them. So basically each what do you call it? Each weapon has a different, and unit has a different point value. So, for instance, if you're using a floater that can fly versus a XCOM soldier in personal armor, those point differences are going to be apparent. Also in this version, you can see on the right hand side, you'll have these, all your squad mates list with all kinds of different attributes. Like for instance, Tab Kinloch has right now 52 time units left. As you can see, like over here, if I can just point right here, 52 time units there. I'm not sure what this red or these numbers are. I think these numbers are the stats of each character. So there you go. Now see, here's an enemy right here, and I'm trying to figure out how to get him. Actually, I might not even notice he's there. Oh no, he's attacking me at this point. So if it's not your turn, this up here you'll see a watch, and that means it's your other person's turn, and that means that the other person's playing at the moment. So this guy is right here, and he's gonna shoot one of my guys down here in a second. But I basically think this is a great game. So yeah, there we go. Yep, Chrysalid was in the open and he fell down, so of course it's insta kill. Whenever someone dies, you're done. So basically a squad versus squad turn-based combat. It plays out really slow, but it's really cool. So I guess I'm gonna just start commentating on what I'm doing. This is gonna be post-commentary because we did this last night, and I didn't really get to comment too much on it whenever I was playing, but now I'm here commenting. So anyways, there he is using the basic launcher that you get in the beginning of the game that no one uses. It actually shoots high explosives. So it's basically a high explosive grenade launcher. And he is blind firing into this building up here where he knows one of my units are, and I have really no response for that kind of attack. So whenever it's my turn, you'll see that I don't have that weapon because I wasn't sure exactly if that was what I should be doing or not. I did not know. This is my first time ever playing UFO 2000. So, and Hobbes is a veteran of the game, so he knows all the little tricks, and he knew exactly what kind of layout to put on there, and he really did put the hurt on me, on not in this round, but the next 2 rounds he really. The drawback to that weapon is that he actually killed himself on that turn, so he was probably shooting out one of those windows and he completely missed right there. As you can see on the left hand corner of the screen here, there is a bunch of smoke, and he's probably shooting out one of these windows and he hit the wall and he actually killed himself. So I guess that's a double-edged sword of these kind of weapons. But here I'm going to walk forward down the road here and try to see if I can see where his position is. I know I'm exposing myself to him, and I know you can see me at this point, but I don't really have any weapons that can just blind fire into something and kill it, so I'm trying to do the best I can in this round. So maybe I realize, or maybe I don't realize, that that smoke is there. It shouldn't be there, but I know he's in this last row of buildings here, and I do see him right there in the middle of the road right here. This is my enemy right here. The enemies, you'll see classic XCOM 1, so you click on that right there, and then he'll come up, and then you'll have the classic XCOM shots. So I'm going to take a few pot shots at him right now, and it's because I scouted him out, I pretty much will get him here as soon as I get enough firepower down onto it. This is my plan, you know, this is classic XCOM strategy where you have one scout go out and shoot down, like scout forward, and then have your snipers like from a distance and shoot down with aim shots. But yeah, and also I was misclicking here because I'm so used to playing open XCOM with a double click, or not the double click, but the not the double click. What do I want to say? I'm used to playing open XCOM with the confirm click. That I misclick a lot in the first round for sure, and also in the other rounds too. So here we go. I got a snake man over here in this building, and I was gonna flank him. That was my purpose for this snake man. So basically I'm going to open a bunch of doors and make him chase me through this building, and then hopefully be able to flank him when they chase him through this building, and then flank him when they come across here. And then we'll see if it works, I guess. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but Hobbes is a master at this game, so I am not. He said he's playing this game for a pretty long time, so I decided to just make some holes so that my guys can peek out and shoot. Make some windows on that second floor there, so that's why I'm shooting through the windows. I chose to have a bunch of like heavy plasma and grenades, although I never really got to use the grenades, and it's because I'm not very good at using the grenades, and because there's a difference in how grenades work in this game to the other game. I never was successful in using a grenade. Basically, whenever you prime a grenade, no matter what, if you're holding it or not, it's always gonna oh, excuse me. It's always gonna explode no matter what. So if you prime it to 0, it will explode at the end of the turn, and if you shoot it, it will explode. So there he goes. He shot me with another HE launcher there, so that was not good. I did not get to rename my soldiers for this one because I didn't realize that you could, but in later episodes I actually do rename my soldiers, so you guys, one of you guys might be in there in the next round. but for this round we did not. So here I'm just waiting around, just kind of chilling, waiting for my turn to end, or turn to come up. And the one complaint I do have about this game is that whenever something is happening, the camera doesn't go to the action. You have to find it. So you have to constantly be looking around, like wondering what's going on and seeing like what's going on and stuff. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not very good at commentating, I guess. I keep getting messed up. Anyways, you have to figure out what's going on, like look around the map and like try to figure out where these explosions are coming from, because it doesn't like auto like fixate on whatever it is. So that's one thing that I think maybe is not as good. In the upper right hand corner of the screen you can see the mini map, and you can see actually your area of look. So I would be able to reveal anything in the map that's like within, that's lit up on the mini map here. So that's my vision range. So if I was sitting on this here road and I was looking straight across, I would not be able to see anybody out here because it's just too far to see. So I guess maybe I'm a little too far away in this map to do anything, or I'm not sure exactly, but okay, here's my floater here. Like, I'm trying to like peek out and see where he is, and I know he's destroying that building over to the left of me, and if he actually just tried to destroy the building that I was in, he would have probably won very, very easily, but I'm not sure exactly why he wasn't destroying that building. But now it's his turn, and I'm just gonna sit and watch, just kind of scan the whole place and look for any activity. And because you can hear him shooting, and then I realized that he's trying to smoke out my Snake Man in this building here. So my Snake Man's gonna have to be running shortly. He probably does see the open doors there, and he probably knows that I'm in there now. So he's basically just destroying the entire building, trying to find me. So that's pretty much the strategy in this game. Destroy everything, and then I try to say that grenades are pretty OP, and then he says they're not grenades, and then I say, are they blaster bombs, or what are you using? And I finally learned out that it was not blaster bombs, that it was high explosive launchers. I'm not sure exactly what they're called in the game, but they're like grenade launchers pretty much. So yes, grenade launchers are OP, but I guess I didn't really connect the dots that he was actually using a grenade launcher, because in the original game I literally had no idea, and he just killed himself again there. He just killed himself again. But you can see how far away he's shooting from. He's shooting from pretty much clear across the map and destroying buildings and killing me. So yeah. There, I think it's a blaster bomb. I have no clue what it is exactly. Oh, high explosives as well. He says timers on high explosives never stop. And that's when I learned, oh, that makes sense. Another difference in this game from another game is that if your soldier dies and drops some ammunition and then there's an explosion, that ammunition will actually just explode as well. So there you go. The explosions are a big part of this game. And there is no snipers. I was looking at the loadout for all the weapons and stuff. There is actually no snipers in this game. So it's all pretty much classic weapons. And then there's a few other weapons that are mixed in there. But the heavy plasma is kind of like a sniper because it does have really high aim shot accuracy. Okay, so that ethereal engineer, I thought it would be a great idea to like load them up with high explosives, put them on the roof, and then start unloading the high explosives like on the ground, so that like I could just keep picking them up and throwing them indefinitely. But I never got around to doing that because whenever you're overweight, your character doesn't really move, doesn't have really that many time units, so it's kind of tough. And then I forgot about actually that strategy, so I stopped doing it. But I did have an ethereal on the roof there, and now I'm trying to move back because I realized that he is destroying this building, and he's gonna have to chew through all those boxes first. So I put my guys behind the boxes to get them away from the explosions, basically. So right now I'm watching his turn. So this is what watching his turn looks like. It's just me just looking around for different things. I wish it would do like the hidden movement screen and then just cut to whatever you can see. That would be great. But it doesn't do that, so it kind of just makes you sit there and watch it. See, I said I always ignore. Well, you can't see that because my recording is not that low, but it says I always ignore those weapons. It says cheap mobile artillery, he says. So, there you go. So this is just going to be kind of a dead spot here where we just wait for his turn. And then I pull up some stuff, and I'm trying to pull up OpenXCom so I can put some music on. But I realized that whenever OpenXCom is open and minimized, the music doesn't keep playing, so that's not going to work. There you go. Just trying to put some music on, guys. Don't worry. I'm like, oh, I can put the Geoscape music on. Yeah, that's a great idea. And then I minimize it, and it doesn't keep playing. So the music we're hearing right now is from... oh, it's my turn. Okay. The music we're hearing right now is from Tiberian Sun Command and Conquer. It's one of my top favorite soundtracks in video games. Would be Mech Warrior Mercenaries and then Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. I think that's just a really good, just awesome soundtracks, basically. So that's what I'm playing here. Since it's a strategy game, you know, you might as well do that. Decide that I think that he's gonna move across this road here to start coming after my Snake Man, but I think I'm just too far away to see, and I don't want to get real close to the front of the building and then he'll just chew through the building with his high explosives and destroy me. So yeah, it's one of those things. So I guess I'm done. See, every time I try to move that ethereal, I just don't have enough time units to even drop anything on the ground. And whenever you see me open the inventory of that ethereal, you'll see that he's like packed with high explosives. There, I just realized that's not going to work, so I put that down. So there you go. Sometimes you hear explosives in the game, but you can't see where it's coming from. So I was trying to figure out where those explosives were exactly coming from. And he's just lobbing grenades across the map to me. And this is actually a very small map too. So in the second round we play a slightly larger map. So there you go, now it's my turn. And I gotta type something first, so hold on. I like the mini-map, and I think that OpenXCom would benefit from a mini-map, so I kind of asked him, like, what would it take to put it in there? And he says, he doesn't even realize what I'm talking about, open. And then I say, in OpenXCom, of course. So, there you go. Okay, so, there you go. I'm still just kind of, like, scared to death, because I don't want to move, because I know as soon as I get in the open, there you go. And I realize that the ethereal doesn't even have enough time units to prime the grenade. And I don't know why exactly. And then I realized, oh my god, the ethereal has way too much weight on him. Because I loaded him up with high explosives. And now I need to drop some. And I didn't really realize I had to drop them until later, so that's my mistake. So that ethereal is going to be pretty much useless for this round. So basically I'm just like turtling, basically, and then I'm using this this Snake Man to scout since I basically lost my last Snake Man. Trying to stay away from him as much as possible, because I know he'll just murder me if I get out into the open like that chrysalid was murdered. Oh, chrysalids, right. So if you play a chrysalid, all the units have different abilities, so like, but they don't have the same abilities of regular XCOM. So the floaters can float, the ethereals can float. The ethereals don't actually have, the ethereals and the floaters are kind of on an even basis because they don't actually have you don't actually can use psyamps, so the ethereal's mind capabilities are not existent in this game. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that you can't do that. So, anyways, but the Snake Men are a little tougher. The Mutons will probably have a lot of hit points. You can equip your XCOM soldiers with anything from regular armor all the way up to flying suits. But of course, as I said earlier, the flying suits cost more points. So, and there's like a point system in the game that you have to have so many. You have to have under so many points. Now, the problem is that Hobbes was thinking that it was 7K limit, and I put 15K worth of stuff on mine, so I have a little bit of an advantage here. It's just because we had a little miscommunication whenever we started the game, but we do fix that in the next round. And most of my points are up there in ethereal with holding all the high explosives, which is pretty useless because the ethereal can't actually prime the prime explosive with what you got there, so it was a good idea, but I think I use it to more effect on the third round, but not this round. Alright, and I'm done with my turn. I'm still trying to flank the Snake Man over and try to get a beat on him, and he's still trying to root me out in that second building there. He's exploded almost as much of the building as on my side as his side as well. So oh, this map. There you go. More explosions, and I don't know where they're coming from. You actually have to look. There you go. You can see the smoke. And now it's a good indication of where he's trying to fire from. So now he's moved from taking that building down to destroying the building that I'm behind right now. And there you go. You saw the explosion right there, so you really do have to look for it. Okay, so it's my turn. So this is kind of a short turn, so I know that he's kind of low on guys, and I know he's killed off most of his own guys from friendly fire incidents and mishaps, but oh, do I see one? No, I don't. No, I don't. I thought maybe that this blue dot here was something, but it's not. It's just furniture up in the mini-map. Anyways, my ethereal is just going to keep walking around uselessly, not doing anything at all, just hiding up on the roof pretty much. And basically I'm more concerned about, basically if I can find someone with my Snake Man, like reveal them, I have a lot of firepower that's ready to shoot right away, very, very accurate shots. So I figure I probably should move my guys in the building there in position to shoot whenever the Snake Man actually does spot someone. But I also don't want to get my Snake Man killed as well. There's also a little trick that you can see what time units are left on the map if you're going to click on something. So if you hold control, then you can automatically post the time, the time units on the floor like OpenXCom does, and that's kind of nice. But I didn't realize you could do that in this round, so I wasn't using it. It would have helped out a lot for misclicks because it doesn't let you click when you're holding in control. So, but I didn't know that, so there you go. I figure that they're probably somewhere around that area, like in the middle of that building there. So maybe if I could have been just a little more aggressive and moved one of my units like forward. There you go. I'm still searching for this guy, and I don't want to expose myself at any point. And I'm still trying to figure out why I can't throw that. And it basically is just because I have way too much stuff. So I decided just to take a snapshot into the building there and see if I can't expose someone. But it's really useless because I can't actually see anything over there anyways. But I kind of wanted him to figure that I found him and that I was shooting at him and trick him a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of shooting randomly into the building and kind of like tricking him to see if I can't flush him out maybe. And I ended up exposing my cover and probably exposing my position as well. And I'm also trying to get attention off of my Snake Man and try to get them to start moving into the building more. Moving toward the back buildings. Because I need them to move in closer to the back buildings to shoot them. Basically, if I spot them, I can kill them, but at this point, it's not going to happen. And my Snake Man's in a really bad position, and my guys are not covering him well either. I think he's right there, basically. I think he's somewhere there, and like it's just in front or behind the windows of that building right there. You can see the destruction that he lays down based off my destruction, and my destruction is not very good. Now he's really found my Snake Man. He's looking for me, basically, in that building. So I'm hiding pretty well because I'm covered by a lot of stuff. You can't just be covered by a wall in this game. You have to be covered by like loads and loads of building. So you can see the destruction he's laying down on all the floors in there, trying to find me. He doesn't actually need to find me to kill me. He just needs to get a lucky shot, basically. Still don't see him. Basically, I've gotten so lucky in this round because he's killed himself a couple times already, and I got one of his guys down there. So, so far I'm getting extremely lucky. I'm just moving my guys around randomly for no good reason at all. And that ethereal is completely useless, I'll just let you know that right now. So there we go, turn end. And we'll wait. There he is! He just saw me, and he probably doesn't have enough time units, because he would have shot me right there. So, so this is kind of tense moment. Here, he has to figure out how to... He's probably just going to step back behind the building, but he has to figure out how to get me. And he probably is trying to figure out like a line of fire there. Unfortunately, my snipers are not going to be able to hit him from there because he's behind that building. So right now he's moving his units into position to kill me, and it's not working out too good because he is not finding a good line of fire. Because if he's sorry. Okay, it's still going. If he needs like, there's no good angle from this side. He would have to be like right here to get me here. So he's probably can't get it, so he just decided to back off. So at this point I'm like, yes, I might have him. Maybe I should have threw my high explosive at him. Or no, I have a rocket launcher, okay. So I'm thinking if I go like look through this window, I might be able to spot him like here. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So that guy really doesn't have any time units at all. It's really bad because he's overloaded. But I should have probably started moving forward here because he did find me behind that wall and he probably wasn't looking in my direction, but this is just a waste of time there, up there. My Snake Man is looking in a very sad position at the moment. But I decided to hide my Snake Man for some reason and not even try to shoot or anything. I probably would have did success if I would have like came to this window and shot like in this area, but I just wasn't even thinking. So here we're just waiting for my turn to start, basically. Which is probably the biggest drawback to this game. There's a lot of waiting around and sitting and waiting for the opponent's turn. So there we go. But as the game moves on and you lose more units, like so I'm gonna decide to like kind of walk forward and try to come around this corner and see if I can see anything, but then I kind of run out of time units, so I really can't do that. And then I misclick, so then he goes all the way back over, and that's another misclick. So I was kind of out of position there. It kind of sucked. And I'm just basically doing exactly what I do against NPCs, which is just peek and wait, and that's not very effective. I didn't even think that the Ethereal could has enough time units to actually throw those high explosives without them being primed. So there you go. Yeah, now I finally realize that I need to offload all the high explosives, but then I also realized that he doesn't even have enough time to drop anything on the ground, so that was a failure there on my tactics. And of course more misclicking, because this here Snake Man was supposed to be like right here and he ended up being all the way back here because I misclicked basically, and that sucked. And he's right in front of the window too. And there you go, he killed himself. His last guy was sitting right there and he killed himself because I don't know, he just messed up. There, and he has one guy left, and he is trying to find me. He probably does see me sitting through that window because he did shoot me there. Okay, so I think maybe this is my chance to win. So I got 35 time units, and I don't know how many time units this is going to take. And I just ran out of time units right there, so I'm screwed at that point. But I think maybe if I just can find him, maybe I can shoot him with someone else. But that really doesn't work out too good. And then I'm still peeking, like I don't know how many guys he has, so like at this point he only has one guy left, and I didn't even realize that. But and then I keep trying to like throw down all the stuff so that the engineer can actually have time units to do stuff, and yeah, that doesn't work. And that's what it's called. It's called a heavy cannon, so it's not called a whatever. Or maybe he is using high explosives instead of heavy cannons, but there you go. So there you go, I'm done with my turn. If I wouldn't have misclicked on the last turn, I probably would have killed him there, because I could have just came around this corner right here and shot him because he was probably sitting over here somewhere. But I misclicked, so I was kind of screwed there. This match is pretty much almost over now. There you go. He only has one guy left, so at this point I'm like, okay. There he is. I see him sitting on the steps. So I center on him and I decide that I'm going to snapshot through the window and kill myself and kill him for the end of the game. And I think that was the last guy there, so there we go. I won the first match, but not because I did anything right. It was because Hobbes killed himself multiple occasions. So I hope you guys enjoyed UFO 2000. I have planned, I have this one, and then I have 2 more rounds against Hobbes, and I also plan to fight Meridian later. So I hope you'll join me for UFO 2000. This has been JStank, and signing out. See you guys later. There's a stat screen if you wanted to see it. It's kind of hard to read because of the background, but okay guys, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.